Hey, what's up, spooky fam? I'm not a fan of venturing to the outdoors. Outside bad, inside good, if you know what I mean. Today, we're going to look at 10 horror movies that are a good example of outside bad, inside good. We are going to count down 10 environmental horror movies, and I hope that you guys are excited because I'm trying to branch out a little bit and give you guys some genres that I don't think are talked about nearly enough. So strap in because we're going to the great outdoors to find out why the outside is so scary. If you guys have any good environmental horror movies that I didn't mention on this list, please go ahead and leave a comment down below. I would love to know more suggestions for maybe the next time I make one of these countdowns. So we're gonna start all the way at the back with a movie that I just so fascinated with. One of my favorite directors, Ben Wheatley, came out with a movie a couple years ago, In the Earth. This is from 2021, and honestly, I feel like I'm due for a rewatch. I love Ben Wheatley. If you guys have not seen Kill List, check that one out immediately. As the world searches for a cure to a devastating virus, a scientist and park scout venture deep into the woods. As night falls, their journey becomes a terrifying voyage through the heart of darkness as the forest comes to life around them. Absolutely terrifying. Alex and I went on a little bit of a nature walk a few years ago, I will say, because it wasn't a hike. It was definitely a nature walk, but there was a tree that was, it had fallen, and I peeked inside the bottom of the tree, and I don't know why, but I felt such terror. I felt such dread. Something about looking into something that you normally wouldn't see, just full of branches and roots and life. It's scary. Number 9 on this list is a movie where I feel like it deals with something that impacts the environment, and we'll get there. This is Harbinger from 2015. Directed by Cody Duckworth, a young girl experiencing nightmares moves with her parents to a ranch in the Texas Hill Country where a dark transformation begins as a result of nearby fracking operations. And I feel like this is just a topic that could be used in more horror movies, and it is a strong kind of scary thing to happen. Like, what if something went wrong during that? Like, that, I feel like, good concept. This wouldn't be an environmental horror list if I didn't add Annihilation, obviously, from 2018, directed by Alex Garland. A biologist signs up for a dangerous secret expedition into a mysterious zone where the laws of nature do not apply. And if you've seen Annihilation, you've seen the screaming bear. I love it. I love that bear. I think it is so clever. It's so creepy. It's layered. One of the greatest, I feel like, works of CGI over the past couple of years. Very creative. Number 7 on this list is a movie that I feel like would be a really good double feature with our previously mentioned In the Earth. This is Gaia from 2021, directed by Jocko Bauer, so I guess they came out the same year. A park ranger takes shelter with 2 survivalists after an attack by a mysterious creature, a primordial forest, and I don't know, something about the park ranger vibes, going into the into the earth, and Gaia, great double feature. Alright, moving on to The Bay from 2012, directed by Barry Levinson. The residents of a seaside community become the unfortunate hosts of a mutant waterborne parasite that takes control over their minds and bodies. And I feel like for me, water horror is some of the most effective for me. I can't swim. I'm scared of bodies of water. I'm scared of what lurks in bodies of water. I'm okay without knowing. Alright, let's talk about The Ruins from 2008. directed by Carter Smith. This is a movie, when I was in the 10th grade, I focused. This was a movie that I fixated on for the whole summer. I just loved the gore. I loved how visceral it felt. And now that I've grown up more, I really want to read the book because I feel like doing a book to movie comparison would be so effective. American tourists look for fun during a sunny holiday in Mexico, but they get much more than that after visiting an archaeological dig in the jungle. And if you guys have seen this movie, I feel like the vines that go into their skin and just kind of like live in their bodies, very effective. There's a great cauterization scene in that film. All right, let's talk about In the Tall Grass. This is from 2019, directed by Vincenzo Natali. A brother and sister enter a field of grass to rescue a boy, but they soon realize they cannot escape and something evil lurks in the grass. And in hindsight, this would be a really scary story, you know, getting lost in a maze, like a corn maze, a grass maze, something like that where you don't know, you can't get your bearings straight. I don't feel like it was executed the best. But there is a movie coming out called Quicksand, and I feel like that is another one we can just kind of give an honorable mention to. Kind of reminds me of In the Tall Grass, where if it's executed properly, it could be very effective, very scary, but if not, it's just gonna be one that we throw away. All right, we are on our last three here. The Girl with All the Gifts, from 2016, directed by Cole McCarthy. In the future, a strange fungus has changed nearly everyone into thoughtless, flesh-eating monsters. When a scientist and teacher find a girl seemingly immune to the fungus, they all begin a journey to save humanity. And this is very a la The Last of Us. But if you're into The Last of Us, check this movie out. All right, number 2, we have Snowpiercer from 2013, directed by Bong Joon-ho, the one and only. In a future where a failed global warming experiment kills off most life on the planet, a class system evolves aboard the Snowpiercer, a train that travels around the world via a perpetual motion engine. And this movie just feels very cold, very dystopian. This could be a good double feature with The Girl with All the Gifts because they both deal with a futuristic situation, but this one definitely is effective. And how can you go wrong with Tilda Swinton? You can't. All right, finishing off this list, number 1. I mean, these aren't ranked or anything. This is just a list, and I just want to make that clear. These are not ranked. Number 1 on this list is Jungle, starring Daniel Radcliffe. From 2017, directed by Greg McLean. A mysterious guide escorts an enthusiastic adventurer and friend to the Amazon jungle. Their journey becomes terrifying as the darkest elements of human nature and the deadliest threats of the wild force them to fight for survival. And I definitely wanted to throw this in there because it's a different take on environmental horror. It's someone who's in the elements and in the environment and has to kind of fight their way out, if you will. So that is gonna wrap up this list. I hope that you guys maybe got a recommendation, found something new to watch. I had fun counting down these 10 movies with you today. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who also thinks outside bad, inside good, and I will see you guys very soon. Sayonara, Spooky fam.